Okay.
I always have it ready to go. So.
Good morning, everyone.
And for this third segment, we could talk about
welcome to the moment of truth.
How yummy it is.
We'll see how Nathan and I, because if we go for a good amount of time, we might just throw him on the third segment as well.
Okay. But we also need to talk about website.
Yes.
Your oysters on.
How's everyone doing today? Good morning. Happy Sunday.
Are we going to be playing Two Truths and a Lie with them?
No, we don't got time for that.
No? Okay.
No time.
All right, so segment one, we got Lightning. Segment two, Nate.
Chris Krenn.
Yeah.
Chris Krenn is live. Chris Krenn.
What a name.
He said it rhymes with men, so it has to be Krenn. Well, I don't know how else I would say that.
I don't know.
Krenn. Yeah, it's got to be Krenn.
One of the holy words. Structured notes to either reduce risk, give you more returns than the stock market, or give you high levels of income.
Hope everyone is having an excellent Sunday so far. Jam-packed show for you today.
Using an index is less risky than using an individual stock because you never know what's going to happen to an individual stock. But we can make
Oh, we should have got a picture with Nathan before we go live.
Like between 2000 and
Well,
2022, I think
we got 2 minutes, yeah.
Okay.
You want to use your phone, my phone?
I'll use mine.
Okay.
Just so I could use it as a picture for the...
Yep.
Nathan, we're going to take a quick picture real quick.
Just so we can use it for
Yes.
which we created.
Yep, these guys are going to be over here.
Right here.
And it'll be a way for you to contact us. You can get our email list. We have notes that are launched. You can be.
All right, I'm going to take
And then
several photos.
one up and down. Her horizontal.
Yep. I'm going to take several photos. One. Yep. All right, first photo. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I want to take a close up of these. 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3. There you go.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
Awesome.
We'll talk to everyone next week and have a great week.
All right, we got 2 minutes.
Let's do this. Thanks so much again, Nathan, for driving down here.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Thank you for the invite.
Yes, we're going to have fun.
And Nate, if you want to take photos of Ruth and I or whatever,
Feel free.
Yes, sir. I'll definitely do that.
I have this country song stuck in my head. Yeah. And scoot the mic as far over here as you possibly can. Okay, cool.
1 minute.
First principal, Keith Singer, is an attorney licensed in the state of Florida. Mr. Singer does practice law through his law firm, Keith Singer, PA.
There goes cry it.
Nathan Porter. Is there an S at the end? No.
All right, 30 seconds.
Yeah, take a seat and relax, and I'll call you up when your segment starts.
10. There we go.
When let's do that again. Let's do that same thing again when we shut my mic off when Chris is talking.
Yeah.
And turn the volume up as high as you can because people love that they could hear it.
Cool.
And I'm going live.
40. 30. 20. 15. Good set.
Good morning and happy Sunday. It's July 16th, and you're back here for the Moment of Truth with Ruth for Truth Media on 102.5. Really excited to be back here in the studio. Got a very special guest, an author and novel writer will be joining me shortly. Halfway through the show, we got to talk and promote his new book that is available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Before that, we got to talk some Tampa Bay Lightning. The media manager of the manager for media relations is going to be calling into the show to talk about some signings for the Tampa Bay Lightning and the future of that organization, because hockey season is just going to be around the corner. Later on, I got to talk to you guys about my first experience at my very first country concert. Yes, I attended a country concert. We got to talk about it right here on The Moment of Truth.
Great intro.
All right, cool. Good morning, everyone. Got a Lusa saying, Chuck, she got the haters respect.
1 minute.
Hola, prima.
25. Now we got 15.
All right, Chris is calling in just a moment.
10.
Good morning, everyone. God bless. Happy Sunday. It's July 16th. Welcome back to the Moment of Truth with your girl, Ruth. Excited to be here with you. I got to talk about some lightning moves. We have signed Tanner Jeannot to a 2-year contract. He's going to be with the Lightning for the next 2 seasons. And I have the beat writer for the Tampa Bay Lightning to talk about it. Chris, how are you doing today? Manager of Media Relations and beat writer for the Tampa Bay Lightning, live with me on The Moment of Truth. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me. Tell me about this Tanner Jeannot signing. Give us some details.
I think both sides obviously wanted to avoid the arbitration hearing. For those who don't know too much about the arbitration process, they were set to have a meeting on July 24th. Essentially what that meeting would have been was both sides kind of coming to the table to an independent arbitrator and saying, this is what we think the player is worth. So Tanner Jeannot and his agent would approach the arbitrator and say, we think his contract should be this much. The Lightning would approach the arbitrator and say, we think it should be that much. And then the arbitrator would then kind of use all the information they have and decide on a contract for the player. So typically it's best for teams to try to avoid that situation just because, you don't want to be saying, hey, we think the player should be getting less money than he thinks he should get in front of an arbitrator. It just can maybe be a little hairy situation, I guess, for lack of a better term. So they were able to get this deal done, 2-year deal. They keep it under their cap at 2.665, and a pretty good number and a good opportunity for him to come in, and get a full season. We saw Brandon Hagel, I think, when he got traded the year prior. a lot of fans, there was some scrutiny for him for how he performed after the trade deadline, and he became a fan favorite last year. Obviously, one of the best players on the team.
Yeah.
And I think the whole offseason will be good for Geno, and an opportunity to kind of come in fresh at the start of the season, know all the systems, know what to expect of him, and have a fresh start. The Lightning gave up a lot for him, so it was going to happen at some point, whether that was through arbitration or not. But I think both sides were probably pretty happy to get it done before that.
All right, so let's talk about some other off-season moves so far for the Lightning. Now, we had to see some of our favorite players walk away. Can we talk about that? Alex Killorn, were you surprised to see that Alex departed from the Tampa Bay Lightning?
No, I wasn't very surprised. I mean, I think that throughout the offseason, there were attempts to keep him in Tampa for sure. I mean, they kind of assumed that there would be better options out there for him, and obviously there were from a financial standpoint. But they did all they could to keep him. I think they really did want to have him stay here, and I think that Alex,
can you check if you hear my sound on it? Can you check if you hear my sound on IG
really wanted to stay as
on the
well.
live?
I can't.
At the end of the day, it's one last opportunity for him to cash in on a really big payday, and he's able to do that in a really cool spot to live in California and Anaheim and play with some young players and probably play some golf out there as well. And don't have to freeze in a typical hockey environment. So I mean, it's kind of a good place for him to be. Not entirely surprising just with the Lightning cap situation, but like I said, I think they really wanted to keep him, and they did try to keep him, but it was probably just a little unrealistic unless they were going to give him a really long contract at a lower cap number, which I do believe they tried to do. But it just wasn't able to work out. And, it's tough pill to swallow for Lightning fans, but I think they've gotten a little bit probably more used to it now over the years with the losses of the guys like the Plots, the Johnsons, the McDonoughs, and things like that. But, I mean, this is a guy that's been here for a really long time, and I'm sure it stings for Lightning fans, but it wouldn't surprise me to see him re-sign with the Lightning once that contract and have it done and maybe finish his career up in Tampa.
Well, that's exciting to think. I haven't heard that standpoint yet. That, I mean, his career is far from over, so he could make his way back to Tampa, because we all know how much he loved being with this organization. He was the longest standing Tampa Bay Lightning player after 11 seasons after being drafted. But what are some of the things that the Lightning fans could be looking forward to with some of this young, faster talent that we've added to this roster?
Yeah, I think you said it with
it's
the
like
second word.
Clapping noises on
I think they're going to be a lot faster team.
I restarted it.
Have had a lot of success
Yeah, I started a new one.
Fans have, at times maybe been a little bit frustrated, particularly when they went to the Stanley Cup final against Colorado. I think that a lot of fans thought that they lacked the speed to match up with Colorado, who was a very fast team. So they kind of addressed some of the players they signed. Connor Sherry's a really good skater. Glendening is a fourth line guy, but he's a good skater. Archibald as well. So they added a lot of speed, and they got a lot younger. They're not one of the older teams in the league anymore. And I keep saying, at the end of the day, you look at all three position groups. They have superstar players starting from the back with Vasilevsky. You move up, you have Hedman and Sergachev, and then up to the front, you have Kucherov, who's top 5 player in the league. You have Point, who's a 50-goal scorer. Stamkos, Hagel coming out. So there's a lot of really good players on this team still. I think the majority of teams in the league would take this core if they could have it. And that's just pro sports now, especially after the COVID era, with the cap not going up. It hurt the Lightning and it hurt a lot of teams, but at the end of the day, they still have a really strong core and a group that can compete for Stanley Cup still. They just have to kind of find the right way to tinker with those little pieces and do what they can with the little amount of money they have. But I think they got a lot faster. Maybe a little bit grittier as well. I think they'll be a really good forechecking team. That seems to be the emphasis with some of these signings eventually.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to have Julian's job at this point of the season when there's a lot of drama when it comes to these free agents and who's going to be re-signed, who's returning. But he did mention in his press conference that he had the ability to keep the main core. It wasn't like he was rebuilding a core. He still had the same core with Nikita Kucherov, with Hedman, with Hagel, with Point. So at least that made his job a little easier. He was just adding pieces to complement the core that he already had in place. Let's talk about this developmental camp that they concluded Wednesday afternoon. Can you tell us a little bit about that 3-on-3 tournament that ended in a shootout?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. The Lightning they haven't had too many top picks over the past few years, just with the how they've traded draft picks away to acquire assets during the season. But It's basically just a camp where all the the draft picks and younger guys who aren't necessarily playing pro hockey have come out, and the whole week pretty much is just a learning experience for the guys. They're doing some skating drills and some off-ice stuff, some tiny skills things. Just kind of get a feel of pro hockey and what the life is like as a professional athlete in the Lightning organization. But it does end in the 3-on-3 tournament that you mentioned, so you get to see some of the skill that they have in the pipeline. And I mean, there's a lot of it, to be honest, and probably a little bit of a pleasant surprise because, like I said, they've had to trade away so many picks, but some really good players. I thought, Terry Morello, who they signed this offseason to a one-year deal. He's been playing over in Finland. He's the oldest player there, but he looked really good. I think he'll have a really good shot to make some noise at main training camp. I would imagine he'll probably start the year in Syracuse, but a really good camp for him. I mean, he's got an excellent shot. He's a big guy, strong. There's some other good players as well. Jason Strongabay, who they traded up to draft in the 4th round of this year's draft. He's still only 18, but really, really skilled, talented player out of Minnesota, a high school hockey player in Minnesota, who should be playing in the USHL this coming year, which is a junior hockey league in the United States. James Gonsalves, who played in Syracuse the past few years. Lightning fans know that name. They've seen him play a couple games up in Tampa. He had a really good camp. You could tell he's one of the stronger players out there. And one guy who I was really impressed with, too, was Lucas Edmonds, who they drafted last year. He was on the same junior team as Shane Wright, who was projected to be the #1 pick in last year's draft. He fell to, I believe, 4. But he had more points than Shane Wright on that team. He was an overager. He was 21 at the time, but really, really talented player. He came into development camp last year, and I thought he looked a little overwhelmed at times, just kind of adjusting to the pro style of hockey that they were trying to play there and things like that, and the elite talent that was around him. But this year, he looked really good. I mean, he looked a lot stronger and more confident with the puck. He had a really good second half of the season in Syracuse last year, his first year of AHL hockey. So he's a name that I would watch out for Lightning fans moving forward. I'll be interested to see what he does in Syracuse this year and potentially earn a call-up.
Speaking of Syracuse, let's talk about Darren Radish and his ability to transition to the NHL. What have you seen from him, and what can Lightning fans look forward to with Mr. Darren Radish, who has definitely been impactful from the jump?
Yeah, he has. I mean, it was crazy watching him come up. You're watching him play, and you're like, man, where's this guy been all season? He was just so impressive. I mean, particularly during the playoffs, he played a ton in the playoffs. So I think it's second most time on ice per game, only behind Sergachev, and obviously was on a pair with Sergei for the majority of the playoffs there. But this is a guy that, in junior hockey, he won the OHL's most outstanding defenseman of the year, and then Mikhail Sergachev won it the year after. So there's some pedigree on that pairing, and John Cooper really liked the way those two play together. So we'll see if they start the year together. But he brings to me a little bit more offense than either of the other guys on the right side between Chernak, Pervix, and Bogosian. Radish brings more of that offense. He's a really, really talented skater. Yeah. Seems to see the ice really well, and his ability to step in and play big minutes in the playoffs. And you couldn't tell it was his first NHL playoff action. So I was really impressed with him. But it's funny because I've talked about this before going into the season. I think the right side of their defense was, you're kind of wondering what that was going to look like. You had Chernak, you had Bogosian, but he was hurt at the beginning of the year, so they weren't going to have him. So for Pervix and Radish both to step in and play the way they did was huge for Lightning, and it will be going forward too because they're both so cheap right now. They have them both at really friendly cap numbers. Radish isn't even at $1 million; he's at $762,000, which is actually below the league minimum salary this year. So they have him in a really good spot in terms of cap, and that's what they need. They need guys that can come in and play on cheaper deals and produce. And I'm really excited to see what he can do with a full 82-game season because he was extremely impressive to me when he came up.
Absolutely. It was great to see. It was like perfect timing as well. He definitely was really impactful when the playoffs kicked off, and that's exactly what we wanted to see out of him, and he deserves this contract as well to be with the Lightning. Well, Chris, I want to talk a little bit about you and your journey and how you got your start in being with the Lightning. Can you kind of take us through your educational path? I know that I think I saw that you went to the University of South Tampa? South Florida. Okay, so that's what I meant, South Florida. Can you tell us about how you got your start and where you are today? Don't laugh at me.
At USF, I got an internship with the Lightning, and then they had an internship fair there.
They should have a University of South Tampa.
I was thinking UT. I was combining them. I don't know what I was doing.
So I interviewed for the PR department and the broadcasting
3
department.
minutes.
I believe one more, but I was lucky enough to land the PR internship, and so I was an intern for the Lightning in the 2016-17 season, which was my senior year of college. And funny enough, it was the 1 year they didn't make the playoffs. And figured that the Stamkos got injured against Detroit pretty early in the year, and we saw Kucherov really take off and kind of take control of things offensively, but they weren't able to make the playoffs that year. But that was kind of how it all started. It was a 1 year internship. I did that for a year, and then knew that I wanted to work in hockey, and I kind of bounced around a little bit. I moved to Ohio the following year. I did a 1 year internship with the Blue Jackets in Columbus, and then the year after that, I got a job with USA Hockey, so I moved to Colorado, worked there for a year. It was a 2 year internship, so the first year was in Colorado Springs, and the second year was in Michigan, Plymouth with the National Team Development Program. And then after that, bounced around again and got a job with the Bruins. So I was working for their AHL team in Providence for about 2.5, 3 years, and saw the job opened up with the Lightning and reached out and was lucky enough to get it and moved back here. So I started during the season 2 seasons ago that they went to the final against Colorado. I started around the midway mark of the regular season that year. So it was good for me because I knew a lot of the media from when I was an intern years prior and knew my boss as well. So it was a good connection, but it's good for me too as someone who grew up in Tampa. I grew up a really big Lightning fan, and all my family's here as well. So I have 3 sisters and 10 nieces and nephews as well. So to be in Tampa and be around all of them, that was kind of the most important thing for me. And then being able to get the job with the Lightning was kind of just a cherry on top. So it's been really good. It's a great place to work, and it obviously helps covering a team that's really good right now too.
Yeah, absolutely. What a journey. Definitely bounced around, but you landed exactly where you were meant to be, right back here in Tampa, where you were from. Now, what is your favorite job? Like, what is your favorite part of being a part of the Tampa Bay Lightning as your job title, maybe your access or things of that nature?
Oh, yeah, it's a good question. I mean, to be honest, like it's even not just the Lightning, but Vinnick Sports Group in general, working there is a really great place to work. I mean, of all the places I've worked, it's probably the best in terms of just the way they treat their employees. But the non-corporate answer, I would say probably just being able to have the relationships with the players that you're able to have, and the same as you too, Ruth. Like, you know, there's a lot of people that would love to be able to interview Steven Stamkos or talk to Victor Hedman or talk to Braden Point. So it's a really lucky position to be able to talk to those guys like Bassey too. I mean, there's a lot of people that would love to just be in the same room as one of those guys, and to be able to talk to them and interview them and write about them and tell a little bit of their story, I think is really cool. And also Coop. I mean, I think covering a team coached by John Cooper has been one of my favorite parts of the whole job. Just listening to him talk after practices and after games. He's just a really very smart, interesting guy. And to me, I think he probably will go down as one of the top 5 coaches in NHL history. He's already got 2 cup rings. He made it to a 3rd final, obviously, or he's made it to 4. He made it to one against Chicago, too. So the numbers speak for themselves. And he's a very interesting, smart guy that I just really like listening to him speak. And I think it's someone that we're going to look back and realize, wow, this is probably the best coach to come through Tampa sports and a legendary in the NHL in terms of coaching. So that's another great thing about it. Just listening to him talk, I think he's a really interesting guy and a really good motivator for his team. The way he's able to motivate that group of guys, here to be successful as they have, I think it's really impressive.
And his sense of humor. I love Coop's sense of humor. He's just that sarcasm, that swag. Very smart guy, very intelligent, always kind of has the right things to say. And yeah, very big blessing to be in the same room as those individuals. And I mean, it's a dream come true. Chris, thank you so much for taking the time to call into the show and lay out all that great information and kind of excite the Lightning fans for what's to come for the coming season. Because I know there's been a lot of Twitter and social media and upsets about the players that we've lost. But as you've said, we have a lot to look forward to. We've just kind of been rejuiced. So I'm excited to see what's to come. Can you go ahead and let the audience know where they can find your content and where they can find you on social media?
.com. That's where I do all my writing for the team. And most of my information that goes out, I guess, online on social media would be on Twitter at Chris_Krenn, Krenn. That's why I'm sharing most of the information on a daily basis, and then just the writing as well on the team website.
Chris Krenn, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Awesome. Of course. Yes. Having him on the show was just a must. And later on when the season kind of starts to unfold, I'm hoping to have him live in the studio. Well, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we have a special guest, Nathan Porter, the author of Carmen, an excellent novel that has been released on Amazon and on Barnes & Noble. He'll be here to talk about his new book. Don't touch that dial, right here on The Moment of Truth. Krista has that Spitfire.
We went way over.
I mean, you said.
Yeah, 11:17.
It's okay. It's 11:19 on my watch. It's okay. We'll cut that last segment off if we have to.
But that was good stuff, though.
Yeah, excellent.
Going on Counter Cruise 17. Going on Counter Cruise 17
Whoa.
for free. It's easy. Just stop by.
How do I turn my volume down?
7-Eleven store in the Bay Area. Look for the
Good morning, everyone. First segment was with Chris Krenn.
Make your mouth happy. Hurry. You only have until July 31st to enter. Win a free cabin for two on Counter Cruise 17. For more details, go to theboneonline.com.
All right, Nathan.
Hope, but hope doesn't win cases.
You're up.
Weekends, long hours, resolve. Hard
Let's
work.
talk about your
That's what
book.
can win cases. Hope doesn't roll up its sleeves.
We got about, what, 4
But
minutes?
we do.
3 minutes?
No, actually,
Dead Air
they
Day is
did
July
something
29th.
weird.
The crew
I'm
from
gonna
the best
talk to
suppressor
Chris
manufacturers in the
Rich.
world will be at the shop. You know you
I'm
wanted
gonna
a
give you a
silencer
couple of
suppressor,
minutes
but you didn't understand the
because
process. Well, the crew at
they
Shark Coast
fucked
can
the
answer
last
all your
question
questions
up.
on Dead Air Day. They'll be
They
cutting
really
deals
messed
throughout
that
the
up.
store and making things happen. Get the Shark Coast July
Okay.
It's like
29th for
6.5
free food,
minutes.
tons of giveaways.
Whoa, okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Famous
I'm giving you
stars and
extra
stripes
time because
The
that
shop's
should
open 10
not
to
be
6
happening.
daily
Yeah.
on Sunday and open online
I want
24/7
to
at
write to Rich
sharkcoasttactical.com.
about that.
So this commercial break's going 6. Oh, okay.
No, this one you got 3 more minutes.
3 minutes. Okay.
But the last one is 6.5. I was like,
Yeah. Okay. Happy Sunday, everyone. Special guest is joining me here today to promote his new book.
yeah, you can put it on and
You don't have to put it on, but if you want to
to make
look
you feel
cool.
official.
Yeah, to look
Yeah.
cool.
And then,
I
so
do
put
it to
on,
kind of tame the hair.
And this is how you can control. Is it too loud?
Oh, so I would hear myself.
Yes.
Yeah.
You just kind of would hear yourself talk,
But you
and
can also hear.
you could also
her.
hear me. But I mean, I am sitting right next to you, so you hear me anyways. Yeah.
No, this is
Okay.
okay. Thank you, sir.
Well, I would like to get a quick photo. Put it on real quick. I'm gonna take a photo.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes,
Like
sir.
of you doing a
Photo time.
Oh, ready? 3, 2, 1.
One with the book. Hold on. One with the book.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. I'll send it.
That's a thickums right there.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, that.
6 years of writing.
Okay, well, let's talk about it.
Yes, sir.
Dedication right there.
We got 2 minutes.
We have licensed loan officers available 7/365. That's why most of our customers come back to us time and time again. Refer friends and family.
I'm gonna put extra time on this one.
Okay.
But the third one's gonna be as well.
Okay. We'll just talk about the concert and whatever. And the food. And the website.
Yeah, you gotta keep grilling them. Punching them. Fighting them off.
Yeah, I was sending everybody the link, and they were like, "Oh, it looks good so far." I was like, "Yeah, it's finally up."
It only took us 1 hour to do it.
I know.
Did your friend ever get back at you with that?
Yeah. We'll talk about that later.
Okay. Ready for your 10 minutes of fame?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. It's gonna be fun. I might pop in and ask some questions too.
Oh, yeah, no. You're more than welcome.
All right, so first I'm just gonna ask you, where you got your inspiration. Don't give out too many details because I got some questions lined up for you. Where you got your inspiration, how long of a process it was, and give everybody a little bit of insight of the process of writing a book and having it published and things of that nature. Because we wanna kind of promote for other people to be inspired to do their own thing, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I like that.
45.
Hey, it's Will from the Johnny B Show.
Can you guys hear me? I know the volume wasn't working earlier, but let me know if you guys can hear me now. 1025.
From current events to healthcare policy and tips for better health and fitness. That's a weekly checkup presented by Lifeguard Imaging. Saturdays, 10 a.m. right here on 1025 The Bone.
We're going abroad for the first time in years to Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast. With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas? When
Yeah,
you learn a
everything's
language,
okay.
you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life.
I had to put an
Try
extra
Babbel
minute
for
on
free at
because
Babbel.com. That's
hey, take a look at
BABBEL.com.
my.
The jewelry store with the most likes, the most
Huh?
positive reviews, the most raving fans.
I got
is
a-
International Diamond Center.
And
Ice is
an alarm
definitely a
on my
place
phone
that
saying
I will come
smoke alarm
to as long as I live here.
activated
This will
on
be
my
my
house.
go-to place.
Oh
always.
no.
The best jewelry store in town.
Do you have cameras?
I do.
Okay.
Like family from the beginning, and it made it rather
That's never good.
daunting task very, very easy.
They really take the time to.
So we got Instagram over here, we got Facebook over here, and then we also got YouTube. Yeah.
Nice.
Mhm. Are you on social media?
Yes.
Okay.
You can go there.
What is your? Do you have an Instagram?
I have Instagram.
What's your Instagram?
I believe it's Jersey Arthur.
International Diamond Center, the people's choice for selection, quality, value, and service.
I've got a beautiful
There we go.
diamond on my finger, and I'm very proud of it.
International Diamond Center.
I'm very happy to show it off.
Cool.
Tampa, Clearwater, and Lakeland, official jeweler of the Florida Gators.
Should I read some of
Here we
his
go.
to start?
Yeah.
You want another flyer? I have another one that's
No, this one's fine.
sure.
That's why I crinkled it up a little bit. It's okay. I love this song. That's closer.
Huh?
That's closer.
What's closer?
The song. That one's closer.
Yeah, that's closer. Yeah. I was like, what?
No.
I know.
I thought you talked about like microphones.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yep. Ready. Welcome back to the Moment of Truth. Thanks for hanging out with me. I got a very special guest in the studio today. I have Nathan Porter, who has wrote a novel, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys are interested in finding his book, it's called Carmen, What Goes Around Could Come Back to Kill You. So it's I'll let Nathan explain it. Well, welcome to the show. Thank you for taking the time to drive out here to St. Pete to join me live in the 1025 studio. Tell us about your book. Give us a little bit of a description of the book, how you got influence to write this book, and then explain to the audience the process of getting a novel published.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, Ruth, and definitely thank you for this invite. It's really an honor to actually be a part of this radio station. The first thing in regards to my book, Carmen, a Novel, it's more of an inspiration based off of news reports of bullying. And this happened well back in 2011 when I kept hearing those news reports of children, wanting to harm themselves. And because of, the psychological trauma that they have been experiencing with bullying. And I remember one evening going to sleep, having this, I guess you can say, premonition of a young girl being bullied and her having the idea of actually going back to basically attack her tormentors.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, this was years later. I decided to basically sit down and write out, draw out an outline of how I would want to express this story. And instead of actually focusing on the young lady Carmen, I made it more of a murder mystery. So I set the story out to be more of a murder mystery, creating a detective working crime scenes and basically all of it tying to back to Carmen. The catch is, however, if Carmen is doing this and the detective is trying to find out who the killer is, I thought it would be a great, I guess you can say, a great surprise to have Carmen at a psychological facility or a psych ward. Which, of course, if you're in a psych ward, it's really hard for anyone to, leave and come and go, or as they wish. So with the detective working the crime scenes, the catch is once he gets an idea of who it might be, he has to find out how she's doing it because I have her locked away at a psych ward.
Wow. Okay. So I love the concept of this book because it is highlighting the things that are really actually going on. And we had a short conversation about this yesterday when we met on the streets of Tampa about how some children that are dealing with bullying and having those experiences at school, they don't really have that foundation to fall back on. Now, believe it or not, this might be shocking to some, but I was extremely bullied, especially my 8th and 9th grade year of grade school. Now, I would say that what really got me through those points in time was my foundation with Christ, my belief system, my family that I came back home to, even though school was treacherous and a lot of chaos going on at school, I came home to having peace. And I'm very thankful for that. But not a lot of people can actually say that because they might be dealing with things going on at home and then things going on at school. I mean, it could be, you hear really bad stories. What was your personal experience dealing with situations like that growing up?
My experience, I've also had in middle school. That's where I guess you can say I recalled a lot of my trauma. In middle school, I remember one individual in particular who he went to our middle school, but he never rode our bus. He just came up to our bus stop. I guess because he was this athlete, and I guess the world was his oyster, or at least he thought so. But he came up to the bus stop and he would just love to pick on any and everybody. And I just remember he eventually approached me and started ridiculing me and started um, calling me names and so on and so forth. Now, mind you, my home history or my childhood history is also based on um, mental health turmoil as well, because my mother was very abusive to me as well. So not only was I getting it at home, but now when this guy starts bothering me, yeah, and it's becomes more of an issue.
Yeah.
But I try not to let it bother me. I try to ignore it because of course words. I mean, they do hurt in a sense, but you sort of can brush it off. Um, but it was that moment when he decided that he wanted to punch me in my arm. And of course, again, with me already dealing with the physical trauma at home, yeah, I think that was a straw that almost broke the camel's back, because I literally almost planned to come at him with force.
Yeah.
And again, the story here, I guess you can say originally I was thinking of writing a story about my history with bullying, but I figured, of course, no one not knowing me, it probably wouldn't get out the way that it needed to get out for people to understand that bullying has long term psychological trauma.
Yeah.
So I decided to again write this story in reflection to it being a murder mystery. Everyone seems to endure murder mysteries. But I wanted it to be also a story where it helps people of whoever, whether you were the bully or the person or the victim of being bullied, understand that bullying has long-term psychological trauma. And that's what my goal is to help everyone understand that bullying is even whether you think it's fun or whatever the case may be, it can leave a psychological scar.
Yeah, absolutely. In my instance, being bullied in 8th and 9th grade and a little bit continuous throughout high school, I feel like it made me a stronger person. It made me kind of more confident in the skin I was in, because it's kind of like, well, no matter what you do, this is what people are going to say about you. So as long as you stay confident in who you are in God's creation, then you're fine. So I would definitely just say that to any individuals that maybe have children or teenagers that are going through that right now, is it's honestly, the bullies are probably just having a really bad day. Maybe they come from turmoil back at home and they're just looking for an escape to release emotions, and they're taking things out on you. But don't take it personal. It's not a reflection of actually who you are as a person. And I feel bad for these kids, because I feel like it's getting worse. It's getting worse. And with the use of social media, I got out of high school right when social media was starting to become like a thing. And I feel like with my nieces and nephews, my nephews specifically that are in high school, they're feeling like they can be under attack even when they leave school property
24/7
because of social media.
Now with me, I'm the same way as you. I was bullied as a kid because I had a really bad speech impediment, and no one wanted to be friends with me because of that, because I was different. And it got so bad that we had to have teacher intervention to try to get the people that were bullying me to stop. And actually, they had to go to a whole different classroom. A couple of them almost got kicked out of the school due to how bad the bullying became, because it was affecting everything of me. It was affecting my grades, my self-esteem. There was nothing. I felt broken because of it. Like what you stated, you have psychological scars for the rest of your life for that. However, I'm with Ruth on it really makes you stronger. Because of that, most of those people that bullied you, they've got nothing to show for themselves now.
I know. And isn't it funny when they try to be friends with you afterwards? I don't know if you've ever experienced that, but some of my bullies from high school, after graduation and moving into an adult life, they've started to add me on social media. I get a message like, how are you? Let's catch up. And it's like, weren't you the same girl that used to shove me in lockers? Like, there's no way I want to be friends with you at this point.
Just like in high school.
But I do forgive you, because you just you gotta let go of that stuff.
Yeah,
you can't hold it in.
Future,
right?
And we have to pray about it as well.
Yeah,
pray for them to be a better person.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely. So can you give us some teasers of this book, Carmen? What would you like for people to know that may interest them to go to Amazon or Barnes & Noble to purchase your book?
If you definitely visit Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, you will definitely be able to read their reviews. I've had quite a few people read my story and leave reviews, so definitely feel free to visit the Amazon website, most importantly, because it just seems like everyone's more focused on that website, and that's fine. One of the best things about this storyline, again, is I definitely keep I definitely give a lot of details into every aspect of the story. So believe it or not, when you're reading it, it almost feels like you're watching a movie.
Oh.
And that's what I really wanted as well, which is one of the reasons why the book is so thick.
Yeah, it's pretty thick. Thick on there.
I've also made sure that I was very detailed in the crime scenes, the conversations between of course, the protagonist and his partner, and detective, as well as Carmen, expressing her emotions, how she's feeling, her speaking with her psychiatrist.
Yeah.
I've also included a priest and as an additional support for, of course, when it comes to trying to get over psychological trauma. It's one thing to definitely speak to someone of, I guess you can say, of religious influence,
of faith, yeah,
right, to help you trying to get over your those traumas, because it's really hard trying to do it all by yourself.
So I do want to read a little bit on the back of the book. It says, meanwhile, at a psychiatric hospital on the outskirts of the city, a patient by the name of Carmen Anderson is in session with her therapist discussing traumatic episodes she experienced during her teenage years. These episodes resulted from being both mentally and physically abused during the times that she was bullied. Over the many years, Carmen has struggled mentally with trying to forgive her tormentors until recently, after meeting a friend, she decided to seek restitution in her own way. Oof, that's powerful.
That's great.
It's pulling me in. Yeah, he handed me a flyer. If you guys are on social media watching the lives right now on the Ruth the Truth, I got the flyer that he handed me on the street, and it was just like a random conversation, kind of like a God-given moment. And I read the back of it, and I'm guessing this is part of the book.
That's chapter 1.
So this is chapter 1 that he has on the back of this book. Is it the full chapter or just a couple
Yes,
of
that's
okay.
the full.
We got the full chapter of the first chapter of this book, and I read through it. And as soon as I read through it, I ran back downstairs. Thankfully, he was still sitting at this little pizza spot, and I sat down with him, and we had a conversation about what his book was really about, and if he was interested to come on to promote. He also has shirts available. Where can people find the shirts that have the cover of your book as well?
That would also be connected to my website, which is www.njportercarman, that's KARMAN.com. When you purchase the paperback novel, which will be through my PayPal site, I will actually throw in a t-shirt for free.
Wow, okay.
And the novel would actually be autographed by myself, of course, and I would also ship you the t-shirt with the novel.
And you know what we can do? We can post a link on Truth Media's website.
Yeah, so Truth Media website has finally been launched and is live. So go to truth-media.com and you'll be able to find a kind of like a biography of how I got my start, how I ended up in radio, and I will be adding a link onto this website. Can you tell them again the website where they could purchase this book that is linked to your PayPal account?
Yes, the website is www.njportercarman, that's KARMAN.com.
So if you're looking for a good murder mystery with it's a crime fiction novel with a psycho thriller about bullying, and it's not based off on a true story, but there are some tidbits of what really goes on when it comes to these kids being bullied at school. Please go onto the website and purchase the book Carmen, which is a great novel by Nathan Porter. Nathan, thank you so much for joining me live on The Moment of Truth on 102.5 The Bone. Can you please tell everybody again the website and where they could find you on social media?
Yes, ma'am. The website again is www.njportercarman, that's KARMAN.com. And you can visit me on social media. I have my Instagram, which is Jersey Arthur. I also have my YouTube, my Facebook, which is Carmen a Novel.
Awesome. Thank you so much. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, I got to tell you guys about my experience at my first country festival. Be right back. Perfect. Yeah. You had to play it.
Great.
That's what I did.
Thank you for adding your tidbit on that segment. That was great.
That was really awesome.
That was really great.
Happened, you know?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. It went to the point that we actually had to divide the class, where the bullies were in one class and I was in a class where people actually accepted me for who I was.
Yeah.
Right.
It's so bad.
I went through speech therapy, 15 years of it.
Yes.
And I'm on radio. So I'm like, hey,
it worked. It worked. Therapy works.
Hallelujah. Amen.
All right, guys. Go get this book, available on what is it? NJ Porter Carmen, right? Did I say that right? Where do they have the website on here?
Yeah. www.njportercarman.com.
Yes. If you guys are looking into a murder mystery book to read for the summer, please look into this. It is a thickums. It has about a little over 1,000 pages. Oh no, you said 1,000 words, right? It was like 100,000 words, and it has about a little less than 600 pages. But if you guys read the flyer that's on here that has the first chapter, you could already know that the book is fire. So please go onto the website. You could also find it on Amazon and on sold at Barnes and Noble. So the book is called Carmen. So you guys get a picture of it. Yeah.
The paperbacks are only available through PayPal.
Okay, so they had
But,
the hardcover at Barnes and Noble.
The hardcovers are no. I'm still working to try and get those in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so they have the paperbacks available at Barnes and Noble.
Yeah. No, everything is basically ebooks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ebook is Amazon, Barnes and Noble's. Paperback is through PayPal.
Gotcha. So they can get the ebook through Amazon and Barnes and Noble. Okay.
Right. And if they visit the website, they'll be able to access Barnes and Noble's, Amazon, as well as my PayPal.
Okay. Awesome. That sounds good. I can't wait to order it. Is it going to come with a bookmark when I order it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Excellent. Dedicated this novel to all who suffered from various types of bullying. Please do not internalize your emotional anxiety. Ensure to report a mistreatment and
So
seek
I got
counseling
a
early
question.
to
Would you
reduce
like to chunk the third commercials up to the commercials we have now, and we could just go to like 12:02?
Sure, if you
Okay.
want, we can do that. So this be the long commercial, or just put it all together for the rest of the commercials?
I'm putting the rest of them together.
Okay, sounds good. So when I order the book, it'll come with the T-shirt as well, because I like his shirt. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, how about we do
It's a
this?
fire shirt. It goes around.
I brought 2 of these books. One of these will actually be yours.
There you go.
Stop it! Really?
Yeah. Always make sure I
Ah,
bring an
Nathan,
Let me
thank
get a
you.
So,
Yeah, a
when-
book
when
signing. My
you
book
sign it-
signing.
Yeah. You hold that up. Yeah. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Sign it.
Oh,
Oh,
it's not right.
Oh.
Come on, you can do it.
Find him a
Pretty
black
yeah,
pen.
that's kind of chucked up. Oh,
Is that black?
No, it's blue.
No. I want a black pen.
Okay.
I've got a pen.
I
Here.
got
So,
Here.
it's
gel
funny.
one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have. Okay.
Oh,
There you go.
nice. All right.
Ready? Pull up
Wait.
the
Okay,
t-shirt
hold
real
on.
quick. 3, 2, 1. And one more. 3, 2, 1. Bam. Perfect.
I'm getting a book. I'm so excited.
Now, what's funny, what Ruth was saying was that at high school, it was funny. When I was in high school, no woman wanted to look at me. And now, after the 10-year reunion, people are like, hey. I'm like, nope.
I know, right?
The
Nope.
same girls that didn't want to give me any. Yeah, that's dude. Same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
I'm like, I'm out of here.
And then they'll try to blame it on their friends.
Yep.
Oh
And
no,
I was
that's
like,
because
I had
they.
a 6-pack back then, and you still didn't want to date.
Yeah.
I'm like, why do you want to date?
They
me
would have
now?
just been distractions.
Nice.
So, yep.
Nice. Amen.
I feel like maybe everybody is either a bully or has been bullied. Like it's just.
Mhm.
And now that the social media era has really kind of taken over,
Social media's
it's
made it 3
even
times
worse.
I'm
Even
saying the
worse.
The
Okay,
butters
cool.
together.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Excellent
So-
show. Awesome segment and great testimonies. May God continue to bless you. Thank you, Josh Baker. Appreciate you for the comment. Yeah, I was bullied really bad. Like to the point where sometimes I was scared to go to school
Ugh,
because I knew that it was just going to be
a mess.
a mess. Yeah, basically.
Yeah, we.
But a
we-
majority of those women are girls, women now that bullied me in high school. A lot of them tried to add me on social media, and I was just like,
Peace.
"You made my life miserable,
Yep.
or you tried to make my life miserable. I did not let you succeed."
Yep. So what I'm gonna do is that since I checked your commercials all in one now, talk to 1202.
12:02. Okay.
Yep. Just because they had extra minutes of commercials, and I'm like, not on my watch.
I wonder why.
I don't know.
That's weird.
I have no control over that.
Yeah.
That's Rich.
Question. Yeah.
Yep.
You're like, hey, you can't be dipping into my 45 minutes.
Because they did. But I like this longer break because we can talk to Nate for a little bit, talk to everyone, just
Yeah.
have a good time for a little. No, but thank you so much for coming in, Nate.
Oh, thank you guys for
Yeah, I think it was awesome
inviting me.
that we met just
Man,
like
thank
on the
you so
street.
much.
And I was
On the
just like,
street, nonetheless.
yeah, I
That
was
is
just
so
walking
cool.
Zeus, minding my own business. And this guy comes up and he's like, hey, do you read novels?
Yeah,
And I was
exactly.
like, not as much as I used to, but I used to really be into novels.
So now I know the pickup line. Do I know novels? Got
Do
it.
you read
Do you read
novels?
novels?
Yeah.
There you go.
Do you
No.
read novels?
No, but no, that's really cool though.
Yeah.
And you know what would be cool? We can get Nate back in a few weeks to see what's happening.
Yes.
That'd be cool.
I'm down.
If you guys are interested in reading a book over the summer, go pick this one up. It's called Carmen. Karman.
Are you producing another book?
It's a murder mystery.
Yeah, I'm currently writing another
psychological
Cool.
mystery book.
Yeah.
A little under 600 pages. The book is thick, but it's good.
We got
It's real
4
good.
minutes.
4 minutes? Okay. And then we're going to 12:02.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
To
And that
Ruth.
is your shirt.
Yo, look at all these gifts, man. I'm putting this on. Okay, cool.
Well,
Thank you so much.
This here alone is a great gift. So
Yeah, I'll
definitely.
give you some, promotion for your book and kind of get the word out there that you have a book available on your website and all that. So
And we can put it on your website too.
Yes,
so
and I
we can make
could-
it known.
yeah, we can figure out how would that work? Would he just send me?
He was sending a link, and we can post it on.
Okay,
our
yeah, I would
website.
love to
Yeah,
post
it's
your
easy.
your site on my website as
You want
well.
me to,
So
I can text it to you.
okay, yeah, we have each other's contact info, so we'll be in contact.
And Nate, if you want to stay around, we got a few more minutes. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Here are some
Oh, I'm so excited.
flyers.
I'm putting this on.
You should.
Let me know if that one fits because I have another one as well.
What size?
I'm not sure.
This one's medium. I think this one fits.
That's a medium.
Yeah, that fits
Okay.
you
So
really
the other
good.
one's a large.
That's perfect.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay.
You
It
like
was a good fit.
Good.
Yeah, I like it.
Perfect.
I'm gonna stand up this last second. I feel like I've been sitting too much.
I understand. I have to do that too. 'Cause
I'm getting that
I'm
pinching
here since
feeling in my
5
hip.
a.m. Oh, and when I come and see you next time, we're gonna go back. Well, we're gonna get that oyster bar and see what we can do.
Okay.
If we can get
The
7
pearl.
people to come in just by a photo,
Yeah.
wonder what we'd do if we can sponsor.
Right. No, absolutely. What's wrong with this arm? Oh. How do I tighten it?
Good thing nature's got your back. Stem bug killers combine powerful active ingredients found in
Do you watch any sports by chance?
Hmm?
What is your sport that you love to watch?
I would say football and.
Are you a
possibly
Bucks
basketball.
fan?
I'm actually an Eagles fan.
Oh my God. Are you
So,
kidding me?
You don't
Are
want
you
good
kidding
times
me?
next time.
Yeah,
I am a diehard Cowboys fan.
Oh, get
So
out
we-
of here.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Oh my gosh.
Oh, and Nate, just
Yes.
for poops and giggles, we're gonna just temporarily shut off your microphone after you say Eagles fan.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna just
Yeah.
shut that off.
And then I'll be
No
like,
communication.
Hey, how's it going?
Nice.
Yeah, just as
Nah.
So see, this is how we do the show. We just have fun, we chill,
Yes, sir.
we just have a good time. That's how the show usually is.
Oh yeah. Well, work should be fun.
Yes.
90.
90 seconds.
And then yeah, we'll have like around like 8 minutes.
8 minutes?
Yep.
Okay. Philly represent. Josh, get out of here, bro. No, get out of here, Josh. No,
Yeah.
We're gonna begin.
get out of here. Get out of here. Nobody wants to hear that mess.
All right. 45. So you enjoying yourself, Nate?
Oh yeah, I'm loving this. This is awesome.
Yeah. It's a heck of a lot of fun, let me tell you.
Hallelujah.
All right, Ruth, ready to knock it out?
9 minutes. Let's go.
Yep. Just don't talk about the Eagles. Oh, and I've got a buzzer too. So I'll buzz it out.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to read this.
After you say it. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. 15. Here we go.
Oh, I got to talk about the concert. I feel live. Not getting it right. Direction and moving close. Dierks Bentley was my favorite performer so far, and he was my first country concert that happened at the amphitheater, and Jordan Davis as well, who opened for him. Outstanding performance by those two gentlemen. Just complete rock stars, great performers overall, just very energized. The arena just got people out of their seats. I was with a young girl that goes to my church with me, and she has an Achilles injury that has her in a boot. Did that stop her? Absolutely not. She's jumping around. She's having a great time. Have you ever been to a country concert? I still got Nathan here. Nathan Porter, for the author of Carmen, is here live with me on The Moment of Truth. If you guys want to check us out in the live stream, please travel to the Facebook page, The Moment of Truth with Ruth, or on Instagram, Ruth_the_truth with the number 1 at the end. Follow me on Instagram and I'll give you a follow back if you follow me in the next 5 minutes. Have you ever been to a country concert, Nathan?
No, ma'am.
Do you not listen to country music? Is that not your jam?
Growing up, I used to listen to, I guess you could say, a variety of music.
I feel like I have a pretty wide span of taste when it comes to music. I've always liked country. I just didn't know who to listen to.
But you've shifted your music taste as of late.
Yeah, because I think I've gotten a little older. I've gotten more mature. I don't really like secular music at all. I can't deal with it anymore. I got rid of the little babies and the little Uzi Verts and all them crazy people.
And I'm proud of you, because anytime I'm around you, even when we're working on the show and whatnot, it's always on something good.
Yeah, so if you're interested in some good music that you want to be able to play around your family, you want to be able to blast and not have to worry if there's any profanity, I got some great artists for you. Look up a gentleman named Hulvey, Hulvey. He is an excellent Christian rapper. And then I have Alex Jean, MTM Isaiah, God-fearing, which everybody loved that song XXL that we played on the station 2 weeks ago. I had a lot of people reaching out to me about that. KB is also a great artist. He just released that song Glory to Glory, and a whole album is available on Apple Music. And yeah, I got a plethora of
really good
artists that are just wholesome music that just have some
it's got a good beat.
It got a good beat, got a good feel, because a lot of people, when it comes to their music taste, they're just like, oh, well, I don't really listen to the words. I just like the beat. That's not really how that works.
With Harvey and XXL, you got it all in one package.
Yeah, you got beat, you got wholesome lyrics. You don't have to worry about if your children are in the room. Switch up your music taste. Dierks Bentley was an amazing performer. Jordan Davis as well. And they are both men of faith that spoke about their faith on stage, which I thought was outstanding.
We need more of that.
Yes, we do.
For the other people, MTM Isaiah is not me. A couple of people asked me, You sing? No.
No. There's a rap
There's a
artist
different
named MTM Isaiah that is amazing, and I played his song "Devil Defeated" on this station a few times, and it's a really, really good song.
Really good
So
stuff.
we got football season coming around the corner, and I am a huge Dallas Cowboys fan. Very, very excited about their season ahead. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are kind of in question right now with their moves. Nathan, who are you a fan of? And what are you excited about to see about your team in this upcoming season?
With me being originally from New Jersey, I've definitely been more of a Philadelphia Eagles fan.
Rant. Cut him off. Game over.
Wow.
Oh,
There's Nate.
well.
He's leaving.
Bye, Nate. Thank
Bye,
you so much
Nate.
for joining us.
Wow,
You
that's
said
all
the
it took.
only thing that would just take you right out of this segment.
That's all it took.
Yeah, it's all it took. Goodbye.
That's sad. So do
Appreciate
you have any updates about the Bucs?
Right. As of right now, they just released that they have the creamsicle uniforms that are making a comeback, which everyone is very excited about. Go check out that commercial that they published on their Instagram account that was outstanding. It had Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Levante David, and a very famous comedian that I can't think of his name right now that is a huge, super big Bucs fan. He's also in the commercial, and it was very fun. It was a very fun commercial that they
That's
had
how
posted.
should be. And that
Yeah, so they're gonna.
creamsicle, that
It's a
speaks
great color.
volumes to me because that's how I remember football.
Yeah. Okay.
This red stuff. Mm-mm.
Yeah, you don't like the
It's-
red. You're not
it's-
into it.
It's just gotten old. It's gotten stale. Bring back
I like
old
the
stuff.
white. I like the
Yeah.
white, the white uniforms that they
Okay.
wear with like the red letters and
I
a
can
little
see
bit of
that.
black and a little bit of that dark gray. The dark gray one is a fave of mine as well. That's the one that I have that says the truth on the back.
Oh,
yeah, it's a
yeah.
Bucks
I-
jersey.
I
I only
do
got
like
one.
that one.
I only got one Bucks jersey, and it has the truth on the back. Just because,
Why not?
I mean,
You are the
these
truth.
teams and these teams just be the players just be all around. It's so frustrating to buy, and you put all this money into a jersey, and then the
Mhm.
next season they're not a part of that team anymore, and then
You're
it becomes irrelevant.
Yeah.
So
Where did my money
yeah,
go?
exactly, just down the drain. But no updates as of right now for the Tampa Bay Bucks. They did release their training camp schedule that's going to be kicking off at the end of this month. I believe July 30th is the very first day, and they're going to have access for fans to be going to the Advent training facility to actually witness these practices that are going to be happening, just ramping up for the start of the season. Still very unsure about Baker Mayfield and the future of the Bucks with him, but we're excited that football is making a comeback. So, Nathan, thank you again for joining me on the Moment of Truth to promote your book called Carmen, available on his website. Please travel to www.njporter, Porter, Carmen, KARMAN.com, and get the paperback version. If you guys are looking for a new novel thriller, psycho thriller, that's how crime investigation,
Hey, you came back.
all of it in once. Thank you again, Nathan, for joining me on the Moment of Truth. Thank you so much for hanging out with me in today's show, hanging out with me on the live streams as well. Please drop a comment and a like and a share, and I will see you guys next Sunday. This is Ruth Kakias with the Moment of Truth.
Thank you. Beautiful.
That was
Beautiful.
Perfect way to go out.
Thanks, Josh.
Can you do me one more favor, sir?
We'll see you later, Josh. Thank you so much for watching.
You want to get a photo?
Boo Eagles.
Hold on. Let me change out something for her.
Okay.